Indiana Governor Mike Pence is giving the Trump campaign a big boost after his performance last night at the vice presidential debate. Now, the governor focused on substantive issues that matter to you, the American people and voters, despite, of course, being interrupted by his opponent, Senator Tim Kaine, a whopping 72 times. Now, the RNC has put together a video montage of all the instances where Kaine tried to cut in. It's over 4.5 minutes long. Here are just a few examples.
Handed approach. You both
heavy-handed approach.
You both have said Vladimir Putin is a better leader than President.
Elaine, thank you. Thank you, Senator.
These guys have praised Vladimir Putin as a great leader. How can they defend
Senator? We do have
besieged by crime.
Elaine, these were Donald.
He says,
hold on a second.
It's my time, Senator.
Why did Donald Trump say that?
We just never would.
Why did he say that?
Well, look, it's, you know,
well, I would admit
always
that's not
come out exactly the way he means them, but I'm telling you what other... Look,
can you defend it?
Violent and taking
you want to use a big car brush against Mexico?
He also said, this national prayer breakfast.
This is important.
Bring many families around the country with options so that families
Governor,
readily
why don't you trust women to make this choice for themselves?
All right, joining us now on a cable exclusive is 2016 Republican vice presidential nominee, Indiana Governor Mike Pence. Governor, 72 times. What were you thinking?
Hey, Sean. Good to be with you from here in Pennsylvania. We just started our bus tour, and it's great to have a few minutes with you. Look, I was honored to be there, and I know some people say that we might have won the debate. I leave that to you and to others.
Well,
I think Donald Trump won the debate.
Okay, but
well, I think Donald Trump won the debate. I think Donald Trump's vision to make America great again won the debate. And I said that today at a rally in Virginia and tonight here in Pennsylvania. And I really think that vision for a stronger America at home and abroad, if we did any good last night, it was that we were able to communicate that vision and the clear choice the American people face. And I was frankly humbled and honored to be able to be there on his behalf.
All right, both on Twitter and in speeches earlier today, Donald Trump was praising your performance. But yeah, you still have liberal media outlets that are saying, oh, there's Donald Trump's angry or so on and so forth. I don't believe the media, but I want to ask you, is there any truth to those reports? And did you talk to Donald Trump after the debate?
I talked to him a couple times after the debate, and he just he couldn't have been more enthusiastic and more encouraging about congratulating me. And again, I have to tell you, I'm just so honored to stand with Donald Trump in this campaign. He has given voice to the aspirations and the frustrations of the American people like no American leader since Ronald Reagan. And to be able to be there, to be on that stage, with my family all present and so many friends remembering us in their prayers, to be able to make that case was it was just a great privilege for me. He was excited about it. I was humbled by his encouragement, and we just got our head down here on the bus trail. I know he's out west and drew another big crowd today. We're just going to put our head down and keep working to drive that message about his vision to make America great again, and really the failed policies of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama that have weakened America's place in the world, stifled America's economy, and they promise more of the same. We're going to make sure all of that is clear to the American people in the next 33 days.
All right, so after 2 debates, it's very clear what the Clinton-Kaine strategy is. They want to dump the kitchen sink on Donald Trump and what Donald Trump said 20 years ago, what Donald Trump said here and there and everywhere. The one thing that I think came out loud and clear last night is you weren't having any part of that. You were talking about substantive issues. And that means I don't think Hillary and Kaine can talk about the last 8 years with the economy when you have, you know, we've doubled the debt. We have the lowest labor participation rate, worst recovery since the 40s, 12 million more Americans in poverty, 8 million more on food stamps. How can they possibly defend that? Because they want to double down on that. And as you pointed out repeatedly, want to raise taxes, increase spending. So that's off the table, right? They can't talk about the economy, so that's why they're talking about Trump?
Well, look, and don't leave out foreign policy. I mean, Hillary Clinton is the architect of the foreign policy of the Obama administration. I mean, literally, she travels the world, and And Americans are less safe today than the day that Barack Obama became president of the United States. The world is more unstable today. And to your point, our economy is struggling. Their answer is more of the same weak and feckless foreign policy that leads from behind, and more taxes, more regulation, more of the war on coal, more of Obamacare. And to be able to be on that stage and lay out that contrast to the best of my ability last night, but also lay out Donald Trump's vision for a strong, broad-shouldered American leadership on the world stage, rebuilding our military, cutting taxes, repealing Obamacare, having smarter and tougher trade deals. It was just very encouraging to me. And to your point, I have to tell you, to hear Senator Kaine kind of go through their litany
they're robotic
of insults.
It's robotic. It's like
turn to me and
I will repeat what they told me to say. They will repeat it again. That's what I felt like I was watching.
And then he said, and here's the insult-driven campaign. I thought that must have been focus group somewhere. I thought the insult-driven campaign. Hillary Clinton said half of Donald Trump's supporters were a basket of deplorables. We're irredeemable. We're not America. And the only thing she ever said she regretted was saying half. And so, you know, the point of the matter is that we've got major challenges facing the country today, at home and abroad. And as I said in Virginia and said in Pennsylvania here tonight, is, you know, this campaign is about restoring strong American leadership at home and abroad, getting this economy moving again, upholding our Constitution, holding the highest standards of integrity in the highest office in the land. And Donald Trump and I are going to keep focusing on that agenda to make America great again.
Frank Luntz is going to join us coming up later in the program tonight. He was with a group of undecided voters in Ohio. 24 of those undecided voters gave the debate to you, only 4 to Senator Kaine. The best line that he dialed from you last night was what you just said, and that is about the basket of deplorables and the 33,000 emails. Interestingly, the worst line, and we'll show this on our dials, the worst line was Tim Kaine, again bringing up Donald Trump's taxes, and I thought it was very effective. Are you saying, Senator, that you'd pay more than what the government and the law says you're supposed to pay? You know, who is going to pay more? If Hillary wants to pay more, I want to hear that. I want to see that she did that, because she once deducted her underwear, or at least Bill and Hillary deducted underwear on their tax returns.
I have to tell you, that was a remarkable moment. I don't think I ever got an answer from Senator Kaine, but I did say, do you take deductions? Because I take all of our deductions. Look, Donald Trump, obviously, the tax returns that came out in the last week show that 20 years ago, Donald Trump hit some hard times. Literally, he had enormous losses in his business, and yet he found a way, using the laws of this country, to brilliantly steer his way back from those operating losses to create a business that is worth billions today, that's employed tens of thousands of Americans. And that's the kind of comeback America needs today. Donald Trump is going to lead an American comeback, stronger America in the world, a growing economy here at home, one that's built on the foundation of upholding our Constitution, our most cherished ideals. And if I was able to communicate that to anyone looking in last night, then I'm grateful for the privilege.
You know, it's interesting, because after that, he wrote The Art of the Comeback. And the New York Times, of all places, because they broke the story, they actually said that this is, you know, one of the greatest comebacks. Here's where I see this election going. We're 34 days out. It seems that this is as big a choice election as I've seen in my lifetime, and I follow politics every day, as you know. But we're either going to raise taxes, or we're going to drop the top corporate rate to 15% and incentivize business to invest and build manufacturing centers and factories here. We're either going to be energy independent or put coal companies out of work, coal miners out of work. We're either going to put Supreme Court originalists or activists on the court. We're going to have a president that says radical Islam or not, a president that vets refugees, as our intelligence officials tell us to do, or not, because ISIS will infiltrate. We're either going to build a wall, protect our borders for national security and economic reasons, or not. We're either going to put education back to the states or not. There's a story today. 215 vets died, according to an IG report, because our VA failed them again, even still. This is as big a choice as I've seen. Do you think the American people are going to see that? Do you think they'll get sick of the robotic lines of Hillary and Kaine as this 34 days unfolds?
Well, it's my hope that the American people will see this. This isn't an election between one leader that's going to take America this much farther up and another one that'll take it a little bit less than that. I say this all the time, and it's the reason why I joined this campaign in a heartbeat. This is a choice between whether we're going to continue to go downhill to a weaker America on the world stage, to a struggling American economy, walking farther and farther away from our constitutional principles, or whether we're going to stop, turn around, and march back up the hill to a stronger America on the world stage, a stronger military, an economy that is growing, and constitutional principles that are adhered to and respected. I think it's a choice between up and down. And I have to tell you, the crowds that I see, the enormous crowds that come out for Donald Trump at every rally, the hundreds of people that come out to our rallies today in Virginia and Pennsylvania, are all evidence that there are more and more Americans every single day seeing that choice clearly, and they're going to choose to make Donald Trump the next president of the United States of America.
Isn't one of the most important decisions any executive makes is the people that they hire and put around them? Didn't that come through loud and clear that he made a pretty good choice with Governor Pense, as much as you won this debate, you won it on substance, you were never on defense, you weren't going to play their game, and you exposed their tactics. Do you see Trump appointing a lot of people like you if he's elected?
Well, number one, I'm very humbled by your esteem and your kind comments. But look, there's no question the way he's led in business is because he has the capacity to draw around him women and men of enormous caliber and enormous ability. I'm humbled to be a part of this team, but I'm just a part of a world-class team, and if we have the privilege of serving, I promise you it's going to be men and women of extraordinary ability, extraordinary intellect. Just like he led that incredible comeback in his business, he's going to lead a great American comeback for all of the American people. And Governor, I couldn't be more humbled or honored to be a part of it.
We better reverse this decline. We're in deep trouble. Anyway, good to see you, Governor. Great job last night. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.